What's up, fellas? Welcome to Might and Magic VIII, Dave the Destroyer. Now, some of those know what this game is. For those who aren't familiar with it, it's simply a FPS first-person RPG. It's old school. This game came out in I don't know, 2000. Once I get in the game, you see by the really old graphics, it's got the same art style for the monsters that Heroes of Might and Magic 3 has, only it's in first person form, and it's basically what games like Skyrim was way back in the day. It was really fun, and I've decided, upon hearing the announcement of Might and Magic X, which will be surprisingly coming out in September or something like that, I've decided to go back and play my favorite one, Might and Magic VIII. I decided to play it a little bit just to hype me up for the upcoming one, because I love these games. They're tough as nails, but they're all a lot of fun. So I decided to get back into it and play it for a little bit and see how it goes. And without further ado, let's just jump into it. And basically, you start off, you create a character, and then as you progress through the game, you pick up more party members with different races and different skills, and you just have a party of adventures, and you're just going on adventures. It's really neat. Let's see. First, we're going to... What do I want to build? You can build some clerics. You can build a necromancer. You can start off as a vampire, and what's cool is the races have different access to different skills. You know, like the knight has a lot of melee stuff but no magic stuff. The vampire has a mix of mind magic and some other stuff, but the races have their own special racial abilities. Like the vampire, if you invest in the vampire skill, you can get drain life and levitate and stuff like that. It's cool. But I can always grab a vampire if I don't start off with one. I think. Oh gosh, that voice. So you can get minotaurs, you can get trolls, and then you got the knight. I'm gonna start off with a dark elf. A little bit of melee, mostly ranged. Access to magic spells, some cool dark elf abilities. It's like the jack of all trades, and that's generally how I tend to go. Except who's the coolest one? Do I want to go with him? I might go with it. Choose me, player. Choose me. That's not bad at all. Let's go with that. And I'll just go with my standard dark elf. Bonus pool, the stats are your standard D&D stats. What do I start off with? Oh, I actually start off with a bow. That's good to know. That's really nifty. Alright, well then, since I start off with those, what should I start off with? Disarm trap would be nice. I guess start off with merchant. Magic is nice, but with the bow, I don't need to go range with. I don't need to go magic with this guy. It is useful, but I go with sword or dagger if they get up in my face. and get some armor. I'm gonna start off with the merchant because although there's lots of money in the game, I like being able to get more money. Basically, merchant skill allows you, when you level up, allows you to make more money on buys and sells. And then your stats, the green stat is your bonus stat, which means up until a certain point, increases the stat point by 2. You see how it goes up by 2? That's because it's the favored stat, whereas the other ones only go up by 1. So basically, when you create your character, you want to jack up your accuracy as much as possible to take advantage of the bonus. Another neat thing is, in the beginning of the game, there are wells hidden throughout the game, and if you drink from certain wells, they give you a bonus. In the starting town, there's a well that increases your luck to a certain point, like 15 or so I can afford to lower my luck as much as possible. And in the beginning of the game, there's a quest where you gather ingredients for a dude, and it gives you the ability to craft a speed potion, which jacks up speed, so I can afford to lower that as much as possible. Now the red is your weakest stat, and that one requires the most skill points to level up. Now I'm gonna waste skill points to bring it up to 10, just so I increase my health pool, because as the party leader, you get hit the most, and which is why it's usually recommended to go like melee class for easier runs and whatnot. But I want to have fun, so I'm just gonna waste skills and endurance because what's this do again? Will and charm. Cleric's got merchant and the charm spell, so I don't need to worry about that. Intellect's gonna be useful, and might I think is good at 11. I think I want to get intellect up as high as I can. And I think that's good. So I'll go with that. And bam. There you are. See, look at that. So, yeah, that's how old this game is. So but yeah, it's a first person game, and you just travel the world and you come across monsters to attack, and you use your party members. And I think, yeah, it's very similar to Skyrim if you've seen what that game's like. Only this is like old school. There's a pirates fighting the lizard man. And if you've played Heroes of Might and Magic 3, this is the same graphic for the lizard men in that game. Most of these monsters are the same because this game was released around the same time as Heroes 3. So that's why. And these things are special barrels. They increase your stats permanently. A one-time deal. I like to beef out my main character because I think he's the most important one, so I like to give him everything. Except for like personality and intelligence. I can afford to get that to like my cleric and stuff like that. But for the first town, I give it to all my guys. I mean, I give it to my main hero. You can talk to these guys. These guys don't really say much other than like, "Hey, how's it going?" Where you get the quests and talk to people is inside the buildings right here. But the first thing you always want to do is run around grabbing the barrels. And it's random. These things are random stats each time you play the game. And is this the one that's luck? No, I think it's the other well. I think it's this one. I'm glad I found you. Of all the guards, you are the only one I've seen. Brigand pirates attacked the island. We must inform the caravan master, Daedalus. He's visiting the village chieftain. Find him and I'll return the wagons to him. Catalysm? My fellow journeymen, we face grave times. Hopefully our master will find a way for us to leave this troubled region and return safely to the Alvar. I would not wish to end my life here, even though it is the place of my birth. Caravan Master. He led us here to trade with the Lisman clan of One Fang for their Tobrisket fruit. He has gone to talk with Brask, the One Fang, the village leader. Perhaps you should look for him. Now, Lisman and their names. Reagan pirates are a threat to the economy and free travel in Jedman. Very few boats ply the sea, for fear of being sunk or worse. When in Ravenshore, I did rumors of a small band of smugglers who have been working beneath the notice of the pirates. I wonder how they do that. Now, a cool thing that I like about this game, that I wish more games would do, is this is your quest log right here. As you discover stuff and as you talk to people, it will be written down in your journal automatically. For example, I discovered that the orange barrel is now intellect. So if I ever forget what the orange barrel does, I can just check. I can just consult my book. So I'm like, all right, it's intellect. So let's give it to my necromancer. And then as you find people, like trainer locations, as people tell you what trainers are, it's written down in your book. So if you ever forget, you can just consult your book. It's very, very handy. I wish more games would do that, because if you're given a quest to go somewhere, to go find this dude, and you don't know where he is, you have to just guess or scout. Well, in this game, you can just look it up. Okay, this is the luck well. As you can see, it brings your luck up to 17, and then that's it. But if I get new people, I can come back here and it will permanently erase the luck to 17. And luck affects just about everything, and it has a good chance to avoid damage from magic and traps. But yeah, as I was saying, for example, let's go in here. Frederick Talamir. This isn't one of the guys, but if this was a guy and he said, like, hey, there's a legendary swordsmith in the mountains of blah blah blah, it'd be written down in your journal, and later on when you're ready for master swordsmanship, you can just consult your journal. Actually, I think this is a cleric that can join your party, if I'm not mistaken. The first night of the Mountain of Fire, I went to the beach to see if I could see anything of its eruption. I cannot be certain, but as the volcano continued to erupt, I thought I saw earth elementals. The portals. I've been studying them for years and lost the culture that built them. They were built by the civilization that had its days before long as men came to inhabit these islands. A means of instant travel. Now he joins your party once you do the main quest, but I might go get the knight first, just so I got one beefy guy in the front of my party. Quest. When you click on quest, the quest is written down in your journal. So if you forget what quest you have, you can just consult your journal. I believe I may know how to stop the destructive forces of the Mountain of Fire. I have found the ancient spell that should give me the power to send the Mountain of Fire back into the sea. To complete the spell, I need an ancient relic called the Idol of the Snake. With this item, I should complete the spell. Where's the idol? See, he didn't tell me where the idol is. But if I were to go to here, where is the quest? Is it? I forget which one it is. Oh, it's this one. Bring Hess and the Daggerwood Islands, the Idol of Snake, from the abandoned temple. So it tells me where it's at, but it won't tell you where in the place. So useful. Heck, it's very possible to just run through this village, grabbing all the quests, all the train locations, and not reading anything. But that's not fun if you're role playing or if you want to know about the lore or whatnot. But it is doable. And is there anything to pick up? No, there's not. Alright. Where's the door? There you are. Oh. He gave me like a oh no. That was me taking mental note of this. This is the guy. This is the trainer. He teaches Grandmaster Regeneration, but only the Dark Elf can't learn Grandmaster Regeneration. Regeneration is jacks up your health regeneration. So click on this. He tells me the expert trainer is in the desert, and the master trainer is in the Momo Woods. Forgive me if I don't read every single thing. I'll paraphrase most of it unless it's like a quest. My brother Istrik the Tongue went to check on the Toberisk plants on one of the lesser islands. He has not returned. I'm afraid that he is one of those stranded by the catalysm. He may even be hurt. If you were to fix the portals of stone, he would surely be able to return, and we can get help to those in need. Find him. Yes, I will. Portals of stone. My grandpa used to tell us at times when the portals of stones were the main travel route. Now, once you unlock that, Frederick, man, that rude, man. He's more concerned with that man in temple he is with anyone. Mountain of Fire. We offended the ancients. Why would they call upon the Mountain of Fire? Yeah, I've skimmed through a lot of these. I mean, if you could always just pause the video, read it yourself if you like, or if you're a fast reader, but there's just so many buildings on here to explore that me doing all the voices or reading through it all would just take a while, so I'll read here and there. This is important. You come here to actually level up. Like, you get experience in the game, but you can't level up until you pay money, which is important for the merchant skill, because the more money you have, the better. Let's see, right here is your gold, right here is your food. When you want to sleep a day or whatever, or travel, you need food. The symbol here means my guy's ready to attack. You know, your health, your thing. Did I get any? Yeah, I started off with a bow, so let's equip my bow. Another cool thing about this game, my Magic series, at least this particular version, is when you get a weapon, it goes in inventory Diablo 2 style, and then to equip a weapon, you just equip it on your guy. You can actually physically see it on him. Same thing with armor. Like if I were to put pants on, you would actually see the pants on him. This is a Tower ring, so I'm just gonna sell that. And then I got a couple of potions. That's not bad. What about a spell book? What was spell book? See? Yeah. Glamour. Basically gives a bonus to merchant skill, and the higher the merchant skill is, the more money you can make when you sell stuff. And see, this is the Dark Elf abilities. It goes up when I level up the Dark Elf, but this is your spell book. Another cool thing I really liked about this game is all the spells have a cool little artistic drawing, which is really neat. I'm gonna save. Just before I forget. What was that symbol? Oh yeah, that's the rest. When you rest, you recover health. That's the map. Let's see. Right click. Tells you what everything is. Let's see. Before I continue to explore town a little bit, let me fight a couple of pirates. Just to show you what fighting's like. And to loot corpse, you just click on them. And you don't want to stand there because that's where lava comes down sometimes. Let's see. To attack, you just click on the enemy you want to attack. In order to melee attack him, you have to be within melee range. As far as the bow goes, you just click on the enemy and you automatically attack him. But you want to be careful because you don't want to accidentally attack the lizardmen, because if you attack them too much, they will come after you. And you don't want to go into town with everyone ticked off at you. Another thing you have to be careful is the pirates will randomly spawn on the beaches, so a huge mob can spawn on you, and mobs will kill you very easily in the beginning. Pick up some money. And the person you have highlighted picks up the loot. So if you only want someone to pick up like Regent or whatever, you just click on him. Okay, now this is where I gotta be careful because this is where they spawn. And because my speed's so low, I don't attack as often. I also gotta be careful I don't accidentally backpedal into the lava, which I have done. I have a lot of points in accuracy, so my bow skills are pretty sweet. And it's highly recommend you give all you people bow, just because there's no arrow, there's no like ammunition in the game. It's so much easier to take care of melee dudes by just hit and run tactics. Makes things a lot easier on you. Okay, sometimes they attack, but at the same time I like. Now they don't always spawn, but they do sometimes spawn, so you gotta be ready to run because they will suddenly just run up on you. But at the same time, I like to. Sometimes there's a chest there. Or was it the other ship that had the chest? I think it's the other ship. But this game is very tough, so it's very easy to quickly be killed in melee. Also, like Fallout, there is turn-based mode. Basically, in turn-based mode, you get a turn, your next party member gets a turn, and then the monster gets a turn. Whoever has the highest speed gets the next initiative. So I'm in turn-based, so I can look around. Every time's frozen. Attack him. And when the fist is closed, I can move, or I can just stand still. See, he moves closer. If you right-click on him, you can see stats. Now until I get ID monster, I won't know anything other than his health bar. And because he's in attack range, I meleeed him even though I don't have any weapons. Bam. So if you ever need a moment to breathe, which is really awesome about this game, you can switch between the two, real-time and first-person mode on the fly. It's very handy because then if you need a heal, you just quickly press enter, go in your inventory, and then heal. It's lovely gameplay. It's amazing I can still hold up. Just gotta be careful. The fire will hurt me. Ooh, there's a chest.